Kansas City Chiefs, you've been a prolific offense all of these years. To have your receivers now dropping 26 passes on the season, it's gotten to a point where it's embarrassing. The Kansas City Chiefs are done. Let me say it right now. Let's just call it what it is, okay? They're awful.
Feel the number of people out there being like, what's going on?
First and goal. Mahomes flings it. It's there! Hardman! Jackpot! Kansas City!
And this was the Andy Reid special. This was the Andy Reid special we talked about. He was saving all day. He's going to fake a motion to go across. And at that moment, he turns and goes back Hardman, who they didn't have, right?
Get ready, because you're now listening to Water Cooler Talk. Covering everything sports and sports news. From the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, the pros, the collegiate level, and everything in between. If it's about sports, then we're about it. So keep it locked to the absolute coolest podcast. Now, your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick.
Let's go. Let's go.
Welcome to the Water Cooler Talk podcast, the coolest podcast in your ear, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. My name is Nick Frazier, and the other person you see or you hear him, tell him who you are, boss man.
Marcus Fitzpatrick, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. When you hear our voice, you know it's Wednesday. That means we're sitting around the water cooler and we giving our perspective on sports. We back. Boy. Y'all gonna start listening to me now, right? Y'all gonna start listening to what I say now, right? But we're gonna get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be a great show today, man. We're gonna talk everything Super Bowl 58. We're gonna give our analysis on a recap, man. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Kansas City Chiefs, of course, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the San Francisco 49ers, of course, and then, of course, we're gonna talk about Dynasty. Whoa. And then in the postgame, man, we're going to get into a little bit of top five. So y'all stick around. Y'all get ready. Marcus, how you doing today, boss?
I'm feeling good, bro. How you?
Man, when I tell you, I feel great, man. I feel great. I think I want to put the text message out that I put out right after, oh boy, threw the game-winning touchdown. What did I say? I said GOAT. I said it. But nobody wanted to pay me attention, but we're going to get into it, ladies and gentlemen, man. We thank y'all so much for rocking with us here at the Water Cooler Talk podcast, the coolest podcast in your ear, man. This is episode 32, Marcus. Woo! 32 episodes in.
Yes, sir.
Man.
We in here.
Man, that's pretty good, man. So we appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Hey, y'all know what time it is. Let's not waste any more time, man. We in the stadium. The stadium's getting hyped. Stadium's rocking. The teams are ready. Y'all know what time it is. Let's go ahead. You already know what comes first. Let's go ahead. Let's move to the first quarter. Let's go.
It's now time for the first quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here, man, in the first quarter, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us, man. As always, make sure you subscribe, like, and share the video. Use the hashtag WCTPod. Man, we trying to get it popping in here, man. If you are on Instagram and TikTok, which a lot of people are, follow us on there at the Water Cooler Talk, man. And on Twitter, if you still in them Twitter streets, follow us at CoolestPod23, man. And of course, I think everybody's on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook, on our Facebook page at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast on Facebook. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Super Bowl 58 analysis, man. It happened this past weekend. The Chiefs versus the 49ers. Patrick Mahomes versus Brock Purdy. Andy Reid versus Kyle Shanahan. Steve Spagnuolo versus Steve Wilkes. It was a pretty boring game in the first half. I'm just going to be honest with you. It really wasn't that eventful. But Marcus, man, after you watched the game, what were your analysis of this game, man? What did you see? What did you see? What did you take from it, man? What did you expect it? What did you like?
That's funny for you to say. First half was kind of leading to a San Francisco side, and they let those guys hang in there. You can't let a championship caliber team hang in the game because they will find a way to knock you out in the end. But San Francisco beat themselves, man. The muff punt they hit off the dude from South Alabama. Yeah, I think you sent him out there, Nick. I think you paid him to do that, Nick.
I want all South Alabama graduates and alumni to succeed. Why would I do that? Come on now. It's a bad look on my school. What are you talking about?
No, I was just playing. But I think that right there cost him, and also the missed PAT from Moody. I think that was the only one he missed this season. So like, fine time to miss. But yeah, and then if you look at it, the defense didn't get the same pressure in the second half. You know, Bosa was actually young, and Bosa were actually getting pressure in the first half. The second half, that pressure was almost non-existent. Well, I'll say fourth quarter, that pressure was non-existent at all. But third, so you know. And then if you look at the defense of the Chiefs, McDuffie, hats off, played an incredible game. He locked Debo Samuel up. Debo had like 11 targets. Excuse me. I think Debo had like 11 targets and like 3 receptions. So McDuffie did what he came out there to do. Snead, also ball. Shouts out to Christian McCaffrey. He did everything he possibly could. I don't really put this one on Brock Purdy. I feel like they offense. I feel like Chris Jones. If we don't go into overtime with this game, I feel like Chris Jones should really give him some eyes for that MVP. If that game doesn't go into overtime, because Chris Jones made incredible plays at incredible times in that game that kept Kansas City from losing that game. That third down in the red zone where he comes untouched in the backfield and rushes the passer, and also where he had an open Ayuk in the middle of the field. Chris Jones came in, and you just kept hearing Tony Romo. I don't know why he kept referencing Buffalo game. Like, yeah, he did that same thing in the I'm like, bro,
because he did. Because he did. He did it. That's the reason why he did it.
Come on, bro. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. Just chill out, bro. Stop. Like, he did it. He did it like 2 or 3 times that game. And every time Tony Romo was like, just like you did Josh Allen. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. Like, what's Josh Allen do to you, Tony Romo? But yeah, like, to me, if Patrick Mahomes had an outstanding game and it went along with that overtime. But if Chris Jones played an incredible game. If you just take into account what he did in key moments.
Yeah.
Defense.
I agree with you, man. Like I said, that first half was uneventful. It was boring. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. I was sitting there like, bro, where the halftime show at? Let's go ahead and get to the halftime show. But I knew that normally and mostly in all Super Bowl games, people saying scripted, and I'm like, how you script football? I don't know how you can script somebody dropping a pass or catching a touchdown and all that type. It is what it is, whatever you do. But that first half, like you said earlier, man, it was trending towards San Francisco getting ready to go up 17-3. It was trending. San Francisco was dominating on the ground. They were running the ball so well that they made Brock Purdy look Patrick Mahomes-esque. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. What is going on here? But then, like you stated, man, they kept making mistakes, bro. It was mistakes that kept them in the game. Not to say that Kansas City didn't have mistakes as well, because even at the end of the first half, Purdy and Mahomes were basically statistically the same. I think in the first half, Brock Purdy was 10 of 15 for 123, and I think Mahomes was 11 of 13 for 123 in the first half. So even with San Francisco having a better first half overall, but Patrick Mahomes still having the same statistical numbers as the quarterback of the team that's having a better first half. When I saw that, I was like, oh, this is about to be a second half. Patrick Mahomes is about to come out and be Patrick Mahomes. That's the first.
When they showed the record on the TV, I was like,
I mean, like it is weird to me that also in this game they were down 10 again. Like what people like, and I stated this last week, man. Every Super Bowl that the Chiefs have played in and won, they have been down, and they came back and won, man. But coming into that second half, man. That second half was a different ball game, man. It's like Patrick Mahomes was like, give me the football and put it on my back. Now, what they did do in the second half is they found ways to put the ball in Travis Kelce's hands too, because he was only targeted one time in the first half. One target, one catch.
Honestly,
the first half.
They didn't start really targeting him until the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Exactly.
That's when he started killing Fred.
Man,
I was like,
what?
Oh my God.
What? Man, what?
I was like, oh my God.
What? Man,
come on,
Fred.
Fred.
That right there basically tells me that Travis Kelce might be the greatest tight end to ever play a game of football. He might be the greatest tight end to ever play a game of football. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you feel this way, but I think Fred Warner is the best middle linebacker, best linebacker in the game right now. Well, consensus, a lot of people say that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think he's the number one linebacker in the game. But I also don't think that covering is his strong suit.
Well, I give you that too. I give you that too.
I think and the reason why he was getting killed, which he got killed a couple plays, and he also made that play in the end zone, in the red zone, which I thought it was a defense. I thought it was a defensive holding. I thought it was a defense holding. It could have went anyway, but I respect them for the no call.
I agree with you on that.
It's a championship game. You gotta let them play.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
But to me, Fred Warner is strong suit is not really just guarding a fast tight end, stepping up, filling gaps, controlling the run. He might make a time to play on the tight end, but on that play where you see Travis Kelce run a shoot route and man coverage against Fred, he outruns Fred and he gets up the field and he keeps going. So the thing about it is, Travis Kelce, him and Patrick Mahomes find ways to hurt you in different ways.
True.
And with the innovative calls of Andy Reid, they put you in situations where they run a lot of shrug routes to get him open and time the situations, because they don't mind taking 6 yards here, 7 yards there, and then they're going to end up catching you with a shoot route or a seam route that's going to bust open. So it's just like, with the incredible play calling and the incredible athletes that they get year after year, it's gonna be hard to contest with that, man.
Of course.
As long as Patrick Mahomes can keep and stay healthy, it's gonna be a tough time, man. Because Andy Reid's gonna dial up the plays to highlight that man's skill set. And it's just like, the only way you're gonna beat him is the way that San Francisco had in the first half. You're gonna have to run the ball. You
have to run the ball.
You're gonna definitely on their defense. Now, if Andy Reid, the thing about it is, for you to beat Kansas City, you gotta hope that Andy Reid gets a suspect defense. If he has a defense along with the offense like he had this year, you might as well sell it.
The offense was this year was I can't even say the word tonight.
Yeah,
statistically,
the worst offense he ever had.
They were ranked 15th, ranked 15th in offensive efficiency this year.
They had the most drops in the league.
26 to be exact.
Yeah, so it's just like, this is the worst offense that I have seen with Patrick Mahomes. So it's just like, he still found a way to pull it together. So it's just like, man, if he gets a defense, man, that's the only chance that I feel like, if his defense is suspect, then you got a chance. You can win a shootout. But if he got a defense along with that offense, is a problem. But the way you can beat them is just like how San Francisco was in the first half. You got to be disciplined.
You got to run the ball.
You got to stay disciplined. Offensively, yeah.
They got to run the ball. You got to run the ball.
Yeah, you got to stay on the ground. But defensively, to stop them, you got to be discipline. You got to stay in your gaps. You got to contain. You got to make sure that you keep him inside the pocket, because as soon as he break outside the pocket, it's a whole nother different monster.
Yeah, you gotta have your run fits right when you playing against them, man. Because if your run fits are off, against them, man, it's gonna be a really big headache. And it's a young team, and that's a young defense though. But they got some cap issues coming up. I mean, you got Chris Jones, who, I mean, if I don't remember, Chris Jones on that 1 year deal, he sat out the first game of the season against the Lions. He didn't play in that game, and they lost 21-20. And who's to know if he was in that game, got a defensive stop, Kansas City may have won that game. Things of that nature. You got Snead, who's going to be a free agent at the end of this season. He's more than likely going to command some money as well.
He deserves it. He deserves it.
It's going to be, but the thing about it is, Kansas City has been drafting corners. They've been drafting a lot of corners. So even if you lose a corner, I think there's another one behind him that could probably step in. But let me be clear. I'm not saying you want to lose L'Jarius Sneed. You do not want to lose him. But I'm saying though, they got a lot of corners back there that they've been drafting. They got a lot.
I think he played on his contract, and he deserves another contract.
It's gonna be some cap issues.
And if you don't give him one, somebody gonna give him one.
Yeah, no, somebody will. Somebody will, but it's gonna be some cap issues on that, man, because you already know on the 1 year deal, Chris Jones is gonna want $100 million guaranteed at least.
Who? All right. Question before we get up out of here: who? If you had to keep one, Chris Jones or Snead?
I'm keeping Chris Jones. Chris Jones all day.
I like that, Nick.
I'm keeping Chris Jones all day because this is my thing. Like I stated earlier. They have corners that they've been drafting. They have cornerbacks, but you don't find too many of those, superstar type guy, like those Aaron Donald type guys. And Chris Jones is an Aaron Donald type of player for a team. He changes a game. Like I think the stat is he was averaging 18% of the snaps. He was getting pressure on the quarterback on the season. But I believe in the Super Bowl, I think it was like 22%. Like, so he was even above his season average. Like, come on, man. You don't find too many of those guys. And when you find those type of guys, you got to pay them. Quarterback, the one thing that they always, the basic rule in football, you draft you a quarterback, somebody that can throw the ball, and then the next person you go get somebody that can go get the quarterback. And Chris Jones, and they got both of them. Patrick Mahomes, who's the GOAT, the greatest of all time, and Chris Jones. You got the two pieces. And then you got a Travis Kelce on the side of that he can throw the ball to. I mean, come on, man. It's there for them. It's there for them. It's there for them to get into it. But we'll get into that a little bit later on. Marcus, man, how you feeling about that, man? That's the end of the first quarter, man. What you got?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Let's get into it,
man. You already know, ladies and gentlemen, man. Let's go ahead and let's move to the second quarter. Dose.
Now entering the second quarter.
Yo, man, we in the second quarter right now, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us here at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, the coolest podcast in your ear, man. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Is this Patrick Mahomes' best performance? Out of all the Super Bowls he's played in, we have him coming back. Well, in all of the Super Bowls, he came back against the San Francisco 49ers in Super Bowl 54. Won a Super Bowl on one leg against Philadelphia, and then came back against them, and then had a magical drive in the overtime. Well, in the fourth quarter and in overtime, he had two drives that were like he could have won it in regulation, and then it didn't go to overtime. But I guess he decided he wanted to go and make it a little longer game. Is this one of Patrick Mahomes' best performances in your eyes?
I would say, man, this is a tough one.
It's a tough question because he got a lot of them.
Yeah. I don't say because last year, he had a rare clean performance. He didn't throw an interception last year, and he found a way to still pull it out with only throwing for under 200 yards. I think
It was like
187.
It was like 191 or something like
187,
that. Something
like that. Like,
Mhm.
yeah. So it's just like he still found a way to get it done and put up 38 points. So,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's just like, man, it's tough, man. But with this one, I would say this one is different because this one you kind of had a feeling like you knew that he was just waiting on his opportunity, but you didn't know if his opportunity was going to ever come. As soon as it came, you just knew he was in the moment, and you knew when he started doing this right here. I don't know what this is.
He telling when he does this, he's telling them to hurry up and give him the play in his ear. I was wondering what he was doing too. Like when he does this, he be telling the OC, "Hey man, hurry up, give me the play so I can go ahead and tell him so we can get to the line." That's what he be doing.
Okay. I was like, whenever he doing this, is magical. This is magical. I don't know. He get flags with this. He get first downs. He get touchdowns.
Something
with this.
about it.
Whenever he do this right here, you better move out the way. Because something magical about to happen. But I would say this one, man. This one has to be the one because I think Brock Purdy didn't lose this game, and everybody thought he would have. So I think like by the end of it, you would have thought the Chiefs was gonna be in cruise control, or at least it was gonna be a situation where you kind of thought like, all right, Patrick Mahomes was gonna just be able to pull away or just put the ball down and just go ahead and score a last minute drive, and that's how it was gonna be. But to see how everything that was working for him that we highlighted, like his running game, his receivers catching passes, like his a lot of times they were going back to what they were doing, dropping passes early in the game, running back, fumbling the football early in the game. No. So, and then you seen later on in the game, instead of them taking chances, they went back to what worked. And that's putting the ball in Patrick Mahomes' hand. Like they haven't even called a quarterback speed option all year because this hasn't been really the offense to do it in, but they call it in the Super Bowl. And it breaks for a fourth down on a 4th and 1. And he scrambles. I mean, and he slides and he get the first down. Like it's just the things that they were doing in the key situations that they had to do them in. It's just you got to get this performance to him because outside of that, like it was just to me, it was just him and Chris Jones. Like and like they carried their team to the championship. Travis Kelce showed his face in the fourth quarter righteously. But man, I gotta get this. To me, this is the best one, man.
Yeah, I can't do it. Now, in totality of season,
which one you going with? The first one?
No, I'm going with the second one. I'm going with
the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm going with the one last year, and this is the reason why
that's the cleanest one.
It's the cleanest. But what you got to realize is though, and this is how I'm gonna break it down. Okay. In totality, this Super Bowl is probably his best journey towards the Super Bowl. You know, first time playing, getting there, not having all his games at home in Arrowhead Stadium. Well, Gehart Field.
Competition he played.
Competition he played. Now, granted, Joe Burrow was not there this year. Joe Burrow was not there. And everybody knows.
I'm talking about playoff competition.
That's what I'm saying. Joe Burrow wasn't there. He wasn't there in the playoffs this year. He was hurt. The team since Bengals didn't make it. And I called, and this is the thing, and I will say this. And I you know what I said that. I said that for later on. Say that for later on in the show. But not playing a game, not having home field advantage, only playing one game at home in this playoffs, being the underdog in the playoffs, getting to the Super Bowl, being down again, coming back, having two magical drives, one in the fourth, one in overtime, and winning the game. Overall, from that perspective, from the playoffs, and then not to mention what happened in the season with people writing them off, basically saying that, yo, this team is done. This team is done. This is the best one. But when you go into individual performance in a Super Bowl game, yes, he had less statistical stats in last year's Super Bowl against the Eagles, but he did it on one leg. He was hurt throughout the whole playoffs. The man literally was hopping around on one leg, was down 10, and still brought the team back to win. I mean, that's to me, that's like Jordan playing with the flu. That's like Jordan playing with the flu. I mean, he literally
can't really argue.
He literally in that game against the Eagles was on one leg. Well, won.
And if you want to argue the first one, you could say he entered the fourth quarter down to like 9.
Yeah, he was down 20-10.
San Francisco.
Exactly.
San Francisco. So it's just like, it's so many different aspects you can look at it when you know what I'm saying, when you bring up his performances. But it's really opinionated, man. Which one really hit home to you? And I definitely agree that one on the one leg would definitely be a top ranking one in my book too.
I mean, individual performance. In my opinion, that's the best one. That is the best one.
I feel that one.
As a totality of everything that happened during the season to get to the Super Bowl, when a lot of people didn't even think the Kansas City Chiefs were going to be in the Super Bowl, let alone make it past a divisional round. Except for me, of course. It is what it is. But when a lot of people didn't even think that they would be in that position, in totality, this journey is probably his most. I can't speak for him, but it's probably his most satisfying one. Probably his most satisfying Super Bowl, most satisfying win. But individually, he'll probably tell you the one last year against the Eagles was the one, because I won it. I was playing on one leg. I literally played on one leg. I had a sprained ankle the whole playoffs. I played on one leg. I played on one leg. He literally hopped around. I was watching the man do hop out the game. It hurt. Come on, can you spat it up real quick? Can you spat it up? No, I can't. I ain't got time. Let's go. Man, this man played on one leg, man. In my personal opinion, that is like, those are the moments. Those are the moments that people remember. But in totality, people going. I don't know if people are going to actually remember the process of getting to Super Bowl 58 for the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know if people are going to be like, well, that was the worst statistical offense that they've had since he's been the starter, or the defense carried them. A lot of people ain't going to remember that. A lot of people are going to remember moments. And that moment that they're going to remember is in the Eagles Super Bowl. He played against the Eagles when it was Kelsey versus Kelsey, brother versus brother. Patrick Mahomes was on one leg and came back from 10 points down and won the game by 3.
Well, I would say sports fans will remember this.
Of course.
But Taylor Swift was at this Super Bowl, sir.
Oh my God!
So
let's not get into this.
You might want to watch.
Let's not get into this. Let's not get into this, man. Man. You know what?
And Beyonce was there too.
Yeah, Beyonce was there too. But you know what? They had a stat. They said they showed Taylor Swift for under 1 minute the whole entire Super Bowl. I was like, y'all really keeping stats on this, bro? Like, for real? Really keeping stats. I think the stat was like 57 seconds that they had showed. I was like, okay. Well, it is what it is, man. All right, man. Ladies and gentlemen, man, that's the end of the second quarter, man. Marcus, what you got to say, man? What you got to say to the people, man? We're about to go into halftime. What you got?
I ain't got nothing to say to the people, man. Let's rest up and let's get out to it, man.
Let's go into halftime, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
You don't out your seats. It's halftime.
Woo, man. We in halftime right now. Thank y'all so much, man. Roll the clip. Do you want to feel like a star? Then go to Hollywood Media, and you'll be shining. From sports interviews, athletic highlight tapes, athletic photography,
Hollywood Media will make you the star of all stars. Feel like a star on the most important days of your life, from college graduation to saying I do to your forever person. Let Hollywood Media make your event star-studded. Subscribe and follow on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. And follow on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's. Hollywood. Hey, man, shout out to our guy, man, DJ, man.
Shout out DJ in the building.
Day one supporter of the Water Cooler Talk podcast, man. We thank y'all so much, man. And we just gonna keep rolling it, man, until y'all go and mess with the person that messed with the Water Cooler Talk podcast, man. As you see on the screen, man, make sure you follow on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube at Hollywood_media. That's Hollywood E, EY. And then follow on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's, man. Shout out to DJ, man. We got to get him back on the show, man. I said that last week, bro.
Yeah.
I said that last week. We got to get him back on the show. Got to.
Got to
get him back.
DJ, come on, bro. What up?
Make it happen. Let's make it happen. Daylight saving time about to hit in like 2 weeks. So we'll be good. Let's make it happen, dog. All right, man. We in halftime right now, ladies and gentlemen, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us, man. Hey, this is probably... Well, I don't want to say it's the worst time of the year with the sports calendar, but football season is over with. Oh, I wish I had a drop that said that. Oh, but we are in basketball season right now. So a lot of people say this is the official start of basketball season. That's what a lot of people say. But man,
it is for me.
I'm gonna say this, man. NBA All-Star Weekend is this weekend. And I am excited. I'm excited for it, man. It's in Indianapolis, Indiana this weekend.
Yeah. Mike Epps' hometown.
I'm laughing for another reason. I'm laughing for another reason when you said Mike Epps.
They squat.
Did they? Did they though?
Yeah. That's what they said.
He called him out. He called him out on Nightcap. He said something about him.
Yeah, they said they squashed. They said they're gonna talk like 2 men. I seen that post.
Well, we hope they do. Hope they squash that and hope it all is taken care of. But man, All-Star Weekend is this weekend, man. I'm excited for that, man. Have they put out the people that's in the dunk contest yet? Because I haven't seen anything.
Man, I think All-Star Weekend is dying off like the Pro Bowl, man.
No, it's not. It's not. The thing, this is the thing.
It is.
Well, I'm gonna put it like this: All-Star Saturday night used to be the highlight of All-Star Weekend.
I get hype about the celebrity game more than anything.
Yeah, the celebrity game be dope. And I think this year is team Stephen A versus Team Shannon. So they got both of them.
Not Team Shay Shay.
Yeah, he gonna be one of the coaches for the teams this year, as well. So that's gonna be a dope event. I always enjoy the celebrity game. I wish they would get some of these. You have a lot of the up and coming people, celebrities. I wish they would get you remember when Kevin Hart played in for 4 straight years. It was amazing, man.
Yeah.
It was funny. He was funny in it. So that. He would just do, dumb stuff. But
he retired from it.
Yeah, he retired from it.
He won MVP every year.
Yeah, he won MVP every year. I think one year he scored 5 points and won MVP. I was like, what's going on with this, bro? It is what it is, man. But the highlight is always NBA Saturday night. And they gotta do something about this dunk contest, bro. They gotta do something about this dunk contest. Now, Stephen A. had a thought that I actually agree with. This is not my thought. This is what Stephen A. said. Stephen A. said, instead of having NBA players be in the dunk contest, you should go around and get these street ball dunkers and have an NBA player sponsor them and have a cash prize of $500,000, $1 million, whatever it is. And it'd be the top 3 dunkers get it or something like that.
That'd be nice.
That'd be a dope idea.
That'd be nice.
Because for one, those guys would get exposure for their social media, and
Who knows? It may blow some. It may blow something up for him. But I actually like that idea. I think it's an idea because a lot of these NBA guys ain't about to get in them. Ain't about to get into the dunk contest and because they ain't getting paid for it. They ain't getting no money for it. I don't believe. I don't think they get paid for that. But they do get paid for the All-Star game though, the actual game that they play in. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, this is gonna be an interesting weekend. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen with All-Star Weekend. And of course, man, we talk about this young lady all the time on the podcast. Juju Watkins, boy, she came in and had another 32. She had another 30 piece, man. I think it was 32 points.
She cold, bro. She cold, bro.
Bro, she can play in the NBA. She can ball. Juju can
What's
ball.
your thoughts on Bronny though?
I don't have any, but I know you have some.
I just don't see it yet, bro. I'm waiting. I feel like as soon as he does something, they overhype it. Which he's an outstanding athlete. He comes from another outstanding athlete. But I just want to see. I want to see like Juju dropping 30. Like when my boy Brandon dropped 30, they didn't keep putting him on SportsCenter. But like every time he get a breakaway steal, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, breakaway steal, dunk, yeah.
They put him on SportsCenter.
I think
but he fight though. Like I like him though. Like he just shows great promise.
He just need another year in college, man.
I think he should definitely stay.
Stay another year in college. That's it, man. He just gotta get it. He gotta get it. I mean, and it's something about, I don't know what it is, man. I don't want to say it's a passive type game. I think he plays the game the right way.
He plays like his father.
Yeah. Like Gilbert Arenas. Go ahead.
He's not as physically blessed as his father. His father was a physical specimen at his age, so it's just you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thing about it is he's a better shooter, if you ask me.
Better shooter, better passer. He better shooter, better passer.
Yeah, he's playing in the restrictions of the team. It's just I'm waiting on the team to highlight him. I'll say that.
Gilbert Arenas had a story about it. I think he said Bron asked him to go down there and watch him and see what's up and train with him a little bit. And he said he felt as if he was being a little passive. And he said he got into him. He said, "Hey man, you got to do something." And then he said as soon as he did that, like he just became like the best player in the gym that day. So I guess you got to get into Bronny a little bit for him to actually come out and be that guy that they want him to be. So I don't know what it is, man, but hopefully
USC, you need to do what you need to do.
Hopefully they get something going because we want to see him succeed. I want to see Bronny succeed.
Because I bet on them the other night and Stafford ran the doors off.
Crowd's going crazy, ladies and gentlemen. You heard that right there, man. It's time for us to go ahead and let's head to the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
We've now entered the third quarter.
All right, man. We in the third quarter right now, man. Let's go ahead and get back to this Super Bowl LVIII analysis right here, man. Brock Purdy, Kyle Shanahan, man. From what you saw in the game, are these two a match for each other? Are these two destined to be good? Can they win a Super Bowl together? Is the question. Is one of the questions.
I think I'm more encouraged after the Super Bowl than anything because the thing was I was waiting on Brock Purdy to just be the reason for them to lose, and he never.
He didn't.
He didn't. He never had that moment. So it's just like I'm very encouraged with them going forward, but it's just like you said about Kansas City. I want to know what pieces are they going to be able to retain. What pieces, are they going to be able to keep? Because I correct me if I'm wrong. I think Ayuk is coming up on some paydays.
Should be.
Yeah, I think if not this year, I think next year he's coming up on a payday. So, and he's a big part of what works. But like in the game, I feel like to me, it was more Kyle Shanahan than Brock Purdy. Again. Because the reason why I would say that is you went away from the run. You put the game in Brock Purdy's hands going against the number one DB core, I feel like, in the league in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's playing lights out right now.
Yeah.
So you kept trying to McDuffie with Debo Samuel. You kept trying to throw the ball to Brandon Ayuk, and you see Snead is over there playing the backside. So it's just like you made those situations, and then you seen that you had a mismatch late in Jenkins against the third string DB. You seen that mismatch later and tried to exploit it, but it was kind of too late. But you should have just kept the ball on the ground, I felt like, in those situations where you still had the lead and kept the time of possession away from that bad man. Because once he got the ball and your defense was drowning, the only way you can stop them from drowning is to keep them off the field at that point. So it's just like you putting the ball in the air on first and second down is not conducive to you winning a game like this. So it's just, and then when Brock Purdy had to make those plays, he made those plays. So I can't say it was Brock Purdy. It's just Kyle Shanahan. I look at you again. I feel like you choked again, man.
All right, I'm gonna read the stat line to you. Let's read the stat line. 23 or 38, 255 yards, 1 TD, no interceptions. All right, here's the other stat line. 34, 46, 333 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. If you listen to that, which one of those stat lines would you say was Brock Purdy's? Without watching the game, which one of those stat lines would you have said was Brock Purdy's?
The first one?
You're correct. He played a very clean game. No turnover, nothing. Like you said, I was sitting there waiting for Brock Purdy to make a mistake. I was sitting there waiting like, yep. he ain't ready for it. He ain't ready for it. They should have gave Trey Lance another shot. That's what I was ready to say. I was ready to say that. But nah, man. I think he just ran into the greatest quarterback of all time. Okay, how people say the people that would have won championships if Jordan did not play. That's how Patrick Mahomes is. That's exactly what it is. Like great quarterbacks who are great, like better, like way, way better than average. Like we consider them to be great quarterbacks. But because you went up against Patrick Mahomes, who is just the greatest, are not going to win Super Bowls. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you. After watching Brock Purdy play in that game, that stat line, that's enough to win a game. That's enough to win a game.
That's why earlier when we talked about it, I said the defense went missing in the key moments. Joey Bosa and Chase Young went missing in key moments.
But the thing is, when you run up against a quarterback, and yes, Chris Jones had a lot to do with it because Chris Jones made a lot of great plays. But when you run up against an all-time great, that is just amazing, just better. Just there's something different about this dude. Like, I don't know what it is, but when he on my team, I know I got a chance every single time. When you run up against somebody like that, and it ain't too many people, you don't have that many type athletes. And I'm not just talking about the quarterback position. You don't have that many type athletes that ever played a game of basketball. You don't have that many. I can name on one hand Kobe, Michael. You put Tom Brady in there, Patrick Mahomes, Serena Williams, Tiger Woods. That's 6 people. When those people step on their respective field of play, you like every single time they step on the field, they got a chance of winning. Because they're that good. They're that much better than you. And you practice a lot, but they're that much better. And
you can put Tom Brady in there.
You can put Tom Brady in there. Because you know,
that man,
I do not hate on Tom Brady, bro. I do not hate on Tom Brady,
bro. I'm just saying.
Listen to this, bro.
Why would you guess? Like, that's disrespectful, though, Nick. Like, I'm leaning to what your take on what you were saying about Patrick Mahomes being the GOAT. I'm leaning towards you, but come on, Nick.
No, this is my gripe. This is my gripe.
Like that.
No, this is my gripe. This is my gripe. Okay, this is my gripe when it comes to Tom Brady. This is my gripe when people try to say Tom Brady is the best. How can you say somebody's the best at their position all time, but did not call them the greatest? Like, I've been listening to a lot of people recently talking about this is the best start I've ever seen. People that have even played with Tom Brady was like, I've never seen anything like this. Never seen anything like this when it comes to Patrick Mahomes. And we kind of getting I'm going to hold that to the next segment. Ask that question again when we get to the next segment. But back to Brock Purdy. No, I think Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan have a really good thing going on. As long as they can keep all those pieces together and keep the pieces around him together, that he can make plays with, like a McCaffrey, a Debo, Ayuk, Kittle. If they can keep all of them together, they will be back in this position again next year. Will they win it? I don't know. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. But this is a good team. But when you run up against certain players, it's just different. Charles Barkley was a great player. He won league MVP and didn't win a championship because Michael Jordan was on the court. Karl Malone and John Stockton are two of the top 50 greatest players of all time, if I'm not mistaken. I know Karl Malone is. I'm pretty sure about John Stockton. Yeah, John Stockton is in there too. But they didn't win. They lost twice because Michael Jordan was on the court. Come on, man. Gary Payton is one of the best lockdown defenders of all time. And he lost because Michael Jordan was on the court. It's just something about those great players like that you just can't count out. And that's what Patrick Mahomes is. He's that type of player. He's that type of player, man. And I don't know. And we're going to get into it because y'all waiting for it. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and just end that right there. And guess what? We about to go ahead and get into the fourth quarter because guess what? We ready.
Yeah.
We ready.
Yeah.
We ready.
Yeah.
For y'all.
We have now arrived at the fourth quarter.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we in the fourth quarter right now, man. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, and share the video. Make sure you use the hashtag WCTPod. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at The Water Cooler Talk. Follow us on Twitter if you're still on Twitter at CoolersPod23 and on Facebook. Follow our Facebook page at The Water Cooler Talk Podcast on Facebook. And if you listen to us on your favorite podcast player, man, make sure you rate, and comment on your favorite podcast player as well. Let's go ahead and get into it since Marcus wanted to bring it up in the last quarter there, man. Hey, are these the new Patriots? This dynasty right here. Are these the new Patriots? 3 in the last 5 years.
One would argue if Donovan McNabb was a better quarterback.
Are you trying to say Donovan McNabb's not a great quarterback? I know you ain't sitting here saying Donovan McNabb ain't a great quarterback.
No. I'm saying I was about to say a caliber quarterback of a Patrick Mahomes or a Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Would there be a Patriots? Because Andy Reid went to 5.
That is he went to 5 NFC Championship games. You right. You got a point.
He went to 5.
You got a point. You got a point there.
It wasn't no slide to Donovan McNabb. I'm sorry, Mr.
I was about to say, you got to come on now.
Anyways.
Come on now.
Had it anyway. Shout out to Yo. But I'm taking up my boy. But, you know.
I was about to say, hey, you better make that one up. Say something.
I definitely know he's a great quarterback. It should be in the Hall of Fame, but that's neither here or there.
Yeah, he gonna get here for that one.
But I feel like if he was on that type of scale, because Andy Reid has always been a top end coach.
Always.
I think now that he has a top end quarterback and top end just grade A pieces in a league that fits his play scheme, he's excelling. So do we think that these are the new Patriots? They back to back. They might be the first team ever. They can be the first team to ever three-peat, depending on how this offseason goes, I feel like, and there's a lot of big names that they can go and get to look real good this offseason. So all I'm saying is, don't count them out.
Yeah,
We
somebody
counted them out this year. We counted them out this year, and you see what happens. So
y'all
play with
counted
them
them
if you
out.
want to.
Y'all counted them out this year.
I definitely, yeah. You
Nick
still by your
didn't.
guns.
Nick didn't. I did not. Nah, this is what I
telling
say.
us who they want to be the next Patriots. So I'm accepting them as the next.
You with this scripted stuff. The league telling us who they want to be the next Patriots. Hey, be good. Be great and go out there and win the game. Win the Super Bowl. Win the Super Bowl. And I'm gonna tell
how you want.
This is the only thing. Like, it's two things. It's two things that I think can keep them from being what we call the new Patriots. I think they're better. I think they're gonna be better than the Patriots. I think they're going to be a lot better than the Patriots, in my personal opinion. For one,
I think it's a different style of play now versus then.
Okay, that's a different discussion.
Yeah, it is.
That's a whole different discussion. I think they're going to be better than the Patriots. For one, the Patriots they went to the Super Bowl 04, 05, and then they went a whole decade without even winning the Super Bowl. Now they went to some AFC Championship games in that time span, and then they went 18-0 and lost in the Super Bowl. Now, I don't see that happening with this team. I don't see this team going 10 years without winning a Super Bowl. Now, there may come a time that they go into a drought where you see something like a 3-year period where they don't make it to a Super Bowl or something like that, and then we'll start having a discussion of like, what's going on? Is it time for Andy Reid to step aside? Is it time? What's going on with Patrick Mahomes? Is he too old? Was it a fluke? We're gonna start hearing those type of things if that happens. If they go a 3-year drought of them not making it to the Super Bowl, it's gonna be a narrative that's set. It's not gonna be true. It's just gonna be the fact that there is a team that year that just had that executed better, that was a better overall team, and that just got the best of them that year. That's what's gonna happen. But no, this is the team to beat. This is who everybody is trying to get their team to beat every single season. And the only two things that's gonna stop the Chiefs from being a dynastic team is cap space. If they can't re-sign Chris Jones to a long-term deal, if they can't get Snead to a long-term deal, and a healthy Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes' kryptonite. I say it all the time. A healthy Joe Burrow can compete with a Patrick Mahomes. What you got to say?
All right. I see what point you're going at now, and I like what you're saying. So if we speaking on the longevity of the Chiefs, I feel like the drought will come after Travis Kelce retires. It will be a nice drought for them.
It'll be once he retires.
Once he retires, it will be a drought.
You'll see something like maybe a 2-3-year period where they don't make the Super Bowl.
But it depends on, to me, it depends on, when you say that, it depends on the front office.
They got a great GM.
Office,
they got a great GM.
I'm just saying the front office. That was saying the front office holds up through that drought. That people don't go their separate ways. Andy Reid stays the coach. It depends on how long the longevity, because Andy Reid is old. When Bill Belichick,
he'll be 66 he'll be 66 in like 2 months.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So when we speak on that, like you said, the Patriots won a lot of them off the back end.
Exactly.
So, but how long is Andy Reid gonna hang around?
I think Andy Reid
keep winning them.
I think Andy Reid got a good 5 years left in him. I think he gonna go the Nick Saban route. Once he hit that 71, 72, he gonna be like, all right, it's time for me to go home and sit down and chill and enjoy my labor. I think Andy Reid want to get close to Belichick. I don't think he wants to get 6. He may want to get 6. Who knows? Competitive driving him may want to get there. But if he gets close to Belichick, now we having a discussion is Andy Reid the greatest coach ever coached a game of in the NFL?
You 3-peat and you walk away. If you win next year, I'm Andy Reid, you walk away.
All right, so let me ask you this question.
Never been done before.
As this is if that happens, what's the succession plan? What is the succession plan then? Who becomes the head coach? They definitely should not put. They definitely should not make Matt Nagy the head coach. This is where Eric Bieniemy should have. God, man.
Oh my! Oh, that's a different conversation.
Eric Bieniemy,
that's a different
it would be a perfect transition if Eric Bieniemy was still the OC in Kansas City. Perfectly.
Oh my!
And they can
perfect.
and
That's
with him
saying this also
with him
this is
Mahomes with him Mahomes. Man, this could go on for another 10, 12 years if Bieniemy was still there. I'm being so serious. So serious.
And I know this is off the record, but I gotta get this on my chest.
Go ahead.
Be sharp. I told you they were not gonna hire him. I told you.
Talking about the Commanders. Talking about the Commanders. Talking about the Commanders.
And I told you that they were not gonna hire him. Sorry, not sorry, bro.
Man, nah, they weren't gonna hire Bieniemy. They weren't gonna hire Bieniemy. Bieniemy. The best thing that could have happened to Bieniemy is he should have went the college route if he wanted to be a head coach. He should have went to a college team and won a couple of national championships there. Or I would have just sucked it up and I would have stayed in Kansas City knowing that I'm the best option when Andy Reid decided to walk away. Because
you know why he don't want to go to college though? And I keep telling people that his dream job is took.
Of course.
He ain't gonna get it.
Yeah. We know that. But nah, man, I think this Chiefs team is gonna be better than that Patriots, because for one, those first 3 Super Bowls that the Patriots won, that was really the defense. That was really the defense carrying them teams.
Nah, hold up.
Come on, man.
Before you continue,
go ahead.
I don't mean to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
But you said the defense. You're speaking on the whole team. We're not talking about Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady right now. I just want you to clarify.
We are talking about Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady. This is the reason why.
Let me get into my
points, and you're gonna see where I'm going. You're gonna see where I'm going.
Okay.
Those first 3 Super Bowls for the Patriots were more defense than it was Tom Brady. Now Tom Brady won 2 MVPs. One of them MVPs should have went to Ty Law. One of them went to Deion Branch, because if I'm not mistaken, Ty Law had like 2 or 3 interceptions in one of them games, and then Deion Branch won MVP in another game. Now, one of those MVPs that Tom Brady won, I give it to him. He threw for like almost 400 yards in the Super Bowl in that game. One of them back-to-back ones. I think it was the first one of that back-to-back, 2003, 2004, 2004, 2005. I think it was the 2003, 2004 one. He went back. He threw for like 400 yards. Had a great game. Not gonna deny that one. Had a really good game. Should have won MVP in that one. Ty Law should have won in the first one. Deion Branch won it in the second one. That's my opinion on it. When you look at this Chiefs team and you look at what this team has done in the 3 Super Bowls that they have won, when you look at it, the reason why they won is because of what Patrick Mahomes did in the final moments of the game. Patrick Mahomes was the reason why they won these games. Patrick Mahomes was the reason why they were the reason they was in position to either kick a field goal or go ahead and win the game-winning drive. That's Patrick Mahomes. That's the quarterback. The defense. Nick, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Tom Brady did the same thing though.
We compare. Look. If we're comparing,
Evan Terry won most of them field goals because Tom Brady put him in position to. I'm just saying, like it goes both ways.
All right, if you want to go that way, let's go that way. If you want to go that way, let's go that way. If it wasn't for the Tuck rule, Tom Brady wouldn't have won one of them Super Bowls. Charles Woodson would have another Super Bowl on his resume. Let's be real. Let's be real. Nobody knew about the Tuck rule. Nobody knew about the Tuck rule. Let's be real. If it wasn't for that, he wouldn't have a Super Bowl right now. Okay, he would have 6 Super Bowls.
All right, well,
he would have 6 Super Bowls.
If it wasn't for the overtime rule, Patrick Mahomes would have lost to Buffalo.
No, he wouldn't have, because he won the flip. He won a coin flip. And he scored. Who's to say that Buffalo would have went down and scored? Who's to say it would have went down and scored?
Who's to say if the Tuck rule would have happened? What you talking about? It's a hypothetical.
Okay.
You still saying hypotheticals.
Okay. All right. If you say so, bro. If you say so. If you say so.
Listen, I'm not even arguing against you. I'm just trying to see what your point is going to be. Because
my point is, in these first 3 Super Bowls, Patrick Mahomes was more important. He was more the reason they won than Tom Brady was in his first 3. That's my point.
Okay.
That's my point. And I said that at the beginning. I said the defense was the reason why that a lot of them teams won. That a lot of them Patriots teams won.
But I'm trying to get you to see where you were going. You're saying that the Chiefs will be better than those Patriots.
Yes.
But you're making it about Tom Brady and
yes, because the narrative is always going to be Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. That's always going to be the narrative. It's never going to be about the team when it comes to them two. It's all about who's the greatest. Now, if we going team for team, the Chiefs are better. The Chiefs are a better team. Now, granted, the Patriots had a better defense at the beginning. But if you going long term through 2019, if you going long term through 2019, I'm taking these Chiefs teams. I'm taking them from when Patrick Mahomes became the starter up until now. I'm taking them all day. All day. And twice on Sunday, maybe 3 times. I'm taking them all day. But we can't compare that because he's only been a starter for 6 seasons. So I can only compare what I've seen at the beginning of the first 6 seasons from what Tom Brady had to the first 6 seasons of what Patrick Mahomes has done. And yes, Patrick Mahomes is he has been more important and more integral to them winning those Super Bowls than Tom Brady was in his first 3. Because you can't argue, you made a point earlier that maybe Chris Jones could have been MVP of this game. It's a fair argument. But other than that, you can argue that other people in those Super Bowls deserve the MVP more than Tom Brady did. In these games, in these 3, you can't argue that with Patrick Mahomes. You can't argue that. You can literally have a real debate that Ty Law should have won MVP in that first one. He had like 2 or 3 interceptions, if I'm not mistaken. Deion Branch won one. He won the league. He won Super Bowl MVP. Now, I stated earlier that a lot of these MVPs really don't matter because sometimes it always goes to the quarterback, and I've always had a problem with that instead of going to the best player on the best player. But I honestly believe in these Super Bowls that Patrick Mahomes has won, the best player on the best team that won got the Super Bowl MVP, which is Patrick Mahomes. You can't argue that. You can't. You simply can't argue that in the first 6 seasons, Patrick Mahomes has been better than Tom Brady. He has. The numbers prove it.
I'm not arguing that.
He's 15. He's 15. He's 15 and 3 in
that you said that they will be better long term than the Patriots.
Yes. And I backed up my statement by saying in these first 6 seasons, these Chiefs teams, I'm taking them teams over any. Well, let me go back. Let me preface this. The only Patriots team I would do that is the first one that they won. That's the only one. Other than that, I'm taking all of them Chiefs teams, bruh. I'm taking them. So you sitting there looking at me like that, which team would you take then? Which teams would you take? Please enlighten me. I'm gonna sit back and just listen.
The 04-05 Patriots?
What was so special about them? What was so special about them?
Teddy Bruschi? Ty Law? Bro, come on, bro. That defense was out freaking standing, bro.
Okay, keep going. Keep going. You didn't say no when I was talking. I'm not saying anything you talking. I'm just trying to get your perspective on it. Keep going. I'm listening. I'm just listening.
No, Nick. Like I said, first six years, when we came on here, I already knew we were going to agree with that. That's why I prefaced by saying I want to see. Don't make it about Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. Because I knew you were gonna make it about them.
But you cannot make it about them. That's the point. That's the whole point of the argument.
It's a quarter. I understand you, but the thing about it, the reason why the Patriots long term were good because they reloaded up on pieces defensively to help Tom Brady.
No, they did. No, they didn't. Explain this to me then. If they did, answer this question. If they did, how did they lose? How did they lose to Philadelphia? How did they go 18-0 and lose in that Super Bowl? How did they get down 28-3 in the Super Bowl against Atlanta that Atlanta should have won if they reload on defense? Come on, bro. Make a point. What you saying? What you talking about? What you saying?
They won. The Super Bowl that they won, they had defensive players to reload.
The Super Bowls, those last 4 Super Bowls that they won. The last 4 Super Bowls that they won were because of Tom Brady, bruh. They won those because of Tom Brady, bruh.
The offense had to reload on piece. In 2019, they had the best defense in the league. What are you talking about?
Those last Super Bowls they won because of Tom Brady. 2019, I would give you that because the Super Bowl score indicated that. It was like a 10-3 game. It was like a 10-3 game. It was like a 10-3 game. If you want to go there, but those last 4 were because of Tom Brady, bro. Tom Brady was the reason why they won those games, man. What? Say it again. Hold on, you breaking up. I can't hear you.
What's the last one?
You were breaking up. I can't hear you. Say it again.
I said 2019 was the last one.
Okay, so in between those Super Bowls and there, Tom Brady was the reason why they won those Super Bowls, bro. Except for the first 3.
Who arguing that?
Apparently, everybody that I said it to, everybody that I tell, I say, look, if you want to go, I'm comparing the first 3 against his first 3. Tom Brady was not the reason why they won those first 3 Super Bowls. He's more of the reason. He's more of the. But no. That's not it. Every time everybody hear me, when people hear me say this, people be like, "What are you talking about?" No, Tom Brady is no, he was not. The defense in those first 3 Super Bowls. What is Bill Belichick known for?
It was Belichick.
Exactly. Where do you think Nick Saban came from? He came from the Belichick tree. That's why all the Nick Saban defenses were so great. Those first 3 Super Bowls. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
You arguing with the comments? I just want you.
Yes, I'm arguing with the comments.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I'm arguing with. Thank you.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! If you want me to break it down for you, the first I'm going to clear this up for you, ladies and gentlemen. The first 3 Super Bowls, and that's all I can compare this to. But if you want me to hypothetically go out further and take these Chiefs teams that Patrick Mahomes has been the starter for against those teams that hold from 2001 to 2019, 2020, 2019, whatever it was, I'm still taking Patrick Mahomes in those teams because Patrick Mahomes is just better. That's the reason why. I'm taking him because he's just better. He's the best talent that we've seen at quarterback. He's the best. He's it. And even if we go to these first 3, like I keep saying, the first 3 that he had, that Tom Brady had, and the first 3 that Patrick Mahomes had, Patrick Mahomes was more of the reason why they won those Super Bowls than Tom Brady was the reason why the Patriots won those Super Bowls. That's my argument. That's really all we can compare because that's what we've seen. Now I keep going back to it. The hypothetical part, we can debate that all day. You can debate that all day, and I'm not saying you wrong, and I'm not saying you right.
All right. What would you say if a person said, "Look at their head-to-head record"?
Head-to-head record. Patrick Mahomes has a better winning percentage. Oh, you talking about head-to-head? Oh, you talking about in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
That first year of him starting and going to the Super Bowl, he lost to him. That was his first year starting. Okay, fine. So I would come back and tell you, look, Nick Foles beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. So are you saying Nick Foles is better than Tom Brady? Eli Manning beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. So are you saying Eli Manning is better than Tom Brady? Come on, man. Give me a better argument than that. You can't say that.
Well, they only beat him once. Well, Eli Manning beat him twice.
Yeah, Eli Manning beat him twice.
Beat him once.
That's what I'm saying. So Eli Manning beat him twice in the Super Bowl. So is Eli Manning better than Tom Brady? That's the argument that's basically you're saying. That's the argument when somebody asks a question like that. That's the argument you're saying. Because he beat him, he's better than him. He's better than him because he beat him.
Did he outplay him though?
You talking about in that Super Bowl? Talking about in which Super Bowl? 2020? In the 2020 Super Bowl?
Did he outplay him? I'm just saying that's the question that I'm asking you. Did he outplay him? In both
I don't have.
Hold on. They played it in the AFC Championship and they played in the Super Bowl.
Let's look up the stats. Let's look up the stats. I just want to make sure because I'm a stats dude. Let's go. What was it? Kansas City versus Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
2020 Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Let's look and see. Oh man. All right, so let's look at the stats here. Who outplayed who? All right. So let's go. So in that game, Patrick Mahomes threw 2 interceptions in that Super Bowl game, which doomed them. He was 26 of 49 for 270 yards. All right. The difference in that game was the fact that Tom Brady threw 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. He went 21 of 29 for 201 yards. He threw 3 touchdowns. Leonard Fournette had 89 yards rushing, and Gronkowski was their leading receiver in that game for the Buccaneers. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire had 64 yards rushing, and Travis Kelce, had 133 yards.
He outdo a Gronk.
Exactly. So
Gronk.
Statistically wise, and I know we saying hypotheticals, but if Patrick Mahomes does not throw 2 interceptions in that game, he may win the game.
Tom Brady played a clean game.
He played a clean game. That's it.
I think he deserved that one.
That was Patrick Mahomes' first year in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it as a crutch, but I'm just saying that's his first year in the Super Bowl. It is what it is.
I think, if I can remember correctly, I think the AFC Championship was a little bit closer.
It was. It was between in 2019 between the Patriots and the Chiefs. That was his second year starting. My bad. Second year starting, he was in the Super Bowl. Let's look at them stats. I don't mind looking at stats. Let's look at them. So let's go. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Patriots. 2019 AFC Championship game. 37-31 at Arrowhead. The Patriots won. And let's see what the box score was in that game. Let's see what it was in that game. So in that game, Tom Brady went 30 of 46. He had 348 yards passing, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. Sony Michel had 113 yards rushing. Julian Edelman had 96 yards receiving. Gronkowski had 79 yards receiving. So let's flip it over to the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes went 16 of 31, had 295 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. He played a clean game. They weren't rushing the ball at all. Good God, they didn't have any. They only had 41 yards total rushing. Sammy Watkins had 114 yards receiving. Tyreek Hill had 42, Damian Williams had 46, and Travis Kelce had 23. So it went into overtime. So this was an overtime game. With the new which was the overtime rule at that time. So basically the same thing that the Buffalo Bills was crying about at that time is the same thing that Kansas City Chiefs was crying about at that time. So my thing is this, man.
And shouts out to your boy. He went in as the Pacers was the underdog in that game. So
it is what it is. I mean, the same thing that the Chiefs went through this year. They was an underdog basically for that whole. I believe that whole playoff. If I'm not mistaken, the Patriots were an underdog, but it is what it is, man. But yeah, now that y'all understand what I'm saying, man, the first three Super Bowls, man, Patrick Mahomes he was better. He was more integral to the part of them winning them Super Bowls than Tom Brady was. Argue with your mama. I said that early in the season, so it is what it is, man. We overtime, man. Let's go ahead, man. That's the end of the game, man. How you feel about that? God, to be
man, I feel good, man. I got you. Hey. Like I said, I just want to know who you were arguing with. Hey, you been waiting to get at them comments, man. You been waiting, Nick. You been patiently waiting.
Man, people be like, man, you sick. People been telling me I'm sick.
You been waiting on him to win the Super Bowl so you can do this.
Man, people been telling me I'm sick because I said that I'm saying that Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback of all time. Numbers wise, he is. Numbers wise, he is.
This is an introduction to you, bro. Welcome to you.
Whatever.
We want you on that water break.
B Sharp feel like Tom Brady. He said he the best still about a mile, and I disagree with that wholeheartedly. If Tom Brady is the best by a mile, then what has Patrick Mahomes been doing these past 3, 4, 5 years? Because I don't know.
You hear
that
him?
Don't make no sense. That just don't
B Sharp, welcome. Come on. I need to hear this debate.
That makes no sense to me, bro. Like, you gotta, I understand Tom Brady has been the standard for a long time. I understand that. But Patrick Mahomes, athletically, he can make throws that Tom Brady can't make. Patrick Mahomes is just better. He's just better, man. But it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, man, let's go ahead and head to the post game before my blood pressure rises even more. Let's go.
It's time to shut down in the post game.
All right, man, we in the post game right now, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us here at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, the coolest podcast in your ear, man. Marcus, man, we in the post game, man. How you feeling?
I feel good, man. You all right? You good?
No, I'm straight.
Good,
I'm straight, man.
Hey,
I'm straight.
Hey, my boy Nick, man. Hey, stretch it out, Nick. Yes,
man,
sir. Yes, sir. Hey, you played a hell of a game today, Coach.
Man, I'm great, man.
We got to put him back on the sideline, Coach.
I'm great. I feel good, man. I feel like I'm good in these streets.
Put him back. He had a lot on his chest. He had to get out to you guys today.
Nah, it's just the fact of the matter is I just don't understand how people can't at least say, I'm and I can understand people saying I may go too far, saying he's the greatest in the game, but from what I see and from me knowing the game of football, he is. Now I can understand, but I don't understand how people can't say that it's not even a debate. Like people are like people saying it ain't even a debate, and this ain't even directed towards a comment. It's just conversations I've had with people outside that I have conversations with. And I'm like, it ain't even a debate. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, are you just counting Super Bowls? If you're just counting Super Bowls, then you have an argument, but that ain't the whole picture.
Even if we count Super Bowls, right now when it's Sunday, he has put himself at number 2 in my book. No disrespect to Montana, no disrespect to those guys before him, but just being really honest about the situation. He won 2 MVPs.
3. You talking about 2 league MVPs? I got you. My bad.
Yeah, he won 2 league MVPs. He won 3 Super Bowl MVPs, 3 Super Bowls. And honestly, if it wasn't for the person who you can put above him and Tom Brady, he would have 4 Super Bowls right now. So it's kind of like, wow. In your first 6 years, you would arguably have 4 Super Bowls, if not for the guy that they say that you were chasing. So, it's just like, if I'm him, if I 3-peat that shit, I'm retiring. I want y'all to just wonder if I would ever call.
I'm not retiring.
I'm walking away from the game.
If I'm
never been done before, and I'm retiring.
If I'm him and I 3-peat, I'm trying to get 8. I'm gonna be like, y'all keep saying y'all keep saying he won. I'm trying to get 8 so I can be 1 better than him. That's just how that's just my mentality about it. I'm trying to be 1 better than him if y'all keep saying that. But it is what it is, man. Let's get into these top 5, man. Top 5. Well, we want to do top 5 quarterbacks going into the next season, but I think we both can kind of have the same list.
Let's just save it for the next episode.
We'll save it for the next episode. It is what it is. Marcus, it's about that time.
Yes, sir.
It's about that time. It's time for us to give out the award that everybody loves, but the person that gets it, man, they hate it. Let's go.
Give it up for the Water Boy Award.
Gatorade.
H2O.
Water sucks. It really, really sucks.
Marcus, man, who you giving this week's Water Boy Award to, man? This one's probably going to be funny as I don't know what. Who you got?
Man, I need 2 big glasses of water for my next 2 people, man. I will bring to the table my beautiful queen, Alicia Keys. Lord, I want you to drink this water now before I start joking, because if you would drunk that water before you got there and started singing, your voice would have been cracking like brand new glass. It just fell on the floor. Boy, her voice cracking. But I was like, bro, it hurt me, man, because I got into an argument not too long ago with one of my friends about can Alicia Keys really sing, and I was like, yeah, she can sing.
Of course she can.
Like, bro, Alicia Keys can't sing. And then she came and she did that, and I was like, man, why she do me like that, bro? Live on the Super Bowl, man. But it's just because she didn't drink that water, man. Now she can drink it with me.
You funny.
And the thing about it was Usher that time, man, you know, no disrespect, you know what I'm saying, to Swift Beats, but he wouldn't do it, my woman either. But Jermaine Dupri, why do you look like the little kid off of school? Why you look like you look like that kid from AC/DC,
bro?
Man, you look like man. He look like Judge Black off School of Rock, bro. Like, what wrong with him, bro?
Bro, when they
like, bro, the his outfit, bro. Y'all know what this is. So, what the rest of my pants at? The rest of my pants.
One of the greatest producers of all time, man. He came out there with them. Boy, I was like, what's going on, man?
Boy, at least he put some on his knee, cause boy, what his knee was acting, boy, it would really been old with how his pants was.
Oh my God, bro.
Hey, y'all both concert the good girl ass with
Oh
me,
my
man.
God, bro. That's hilarious, bro. Boy, that's so funny.
Hey, you ever seen that man the Ashley?
Oh my God, bro. When they panned the camera to him, the first thing I said was, bro, what did man wear, bro? That's what I said. I was like, bro, everybody in Atlanta should be like, bro, JD.
They came out the Russell Westbrook collection.
I was like, everybody in Atlanta should went like, yo, JD, what you doing, dog? What you doing, man? That bro, man, he look like dude off of AC/DC, the little guitar dude that be skipping across the stage every time he be playing. I was like, that's what he look like, bro. But it is what it is.
He look like a black version of School of Rock.
God, that was so funny when I saw that, bro. But it is what it is. Usher put on a great halftime performance, and for all y'all saying that he did,
man, he did his thing.
All y'all
he
saying
did
that
his
he
thing,
did not,
bro.
Y'all sick.
His thing.
Every one of y'all saying that Usher didn't do his thing, y'all sick. That man got hits for days. And guess what? I'm gonna be at the concert. We probably gonna go to the Vegas one, and we'll be there, and we're gonna see it again. We already saw him in the residency in Vegas, and now he's going on tour. We probably gonna go back to Vegas to see him. Ain't no problem. We going back to Vegas to see him. So y'all, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, man, Marcus, man, it's time for us to get up out of here, man. We are way over time, bro. But Marcus, what you gotta say to people before we get up out of here, boss, man?
Man, shout out home team, man. Shout out Travell, man. Shout out Kyle. Shout out Tate, man. Shout out Freddie, man. Shout out my mom. Shout out my dad, man. Shout out my fiance, man. Shout out the whole fam. Shout out the 4-6. Man, shout out my co-host, man. We do this every Wednesday, bro. We gonna keep bringing this hot fire, man. This was a fun episode. He got to address a lot of stuff, man. Hey, man, I'm sorry we kept y'all this long. We won't do it again, I promise.
Yeah, we ain't gonna try to, man.
I'm not gonna promise because we might do this again.
I just had
shout out to Nick
because I had to let y'all know, bro. How can y'all not have Patrick Mahomes in the debate as the greatest quarterback of all time right now in his career? I'm just saying. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. Shout out to everybody that come through, man. Shout out to the 33446. Shout out to BTW, man. Shout out to University of South Alabama for giving me my degree. Shout out to my mom, my wife. Shout out to all my family, man. I love all y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us. Thank y'all so much for supporting us, man. We appreciate it, man. As always, continue to rock with us. Use the hashtag WCTPod to share this video, man. We appreciate you so much, man. We have fun doing this every Wednesday. So, man, thank y'all so much. Thank you, man. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. We appreciate you. As always, before we get up out of here, man, I say it all the time, man, y'all have a good one, man. Nah, man, better yet, y'all have a great one. Y'all be blessed. One love.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Water Cooler Talk. Make sure to follow us on our socials on Instagram and TikTok at Water Cooler Talk and on YouTube at the coolest pod 23. Also, make sure to like and subscribe on your favorite podcast player so that you never miss an episode.